I'm David Bell, the Regional Chairman for the Federation of Small Businesses. I'm here at Essex County Council with Councillor Kevin Bentley to discuss Superfast broadband. Kevin, can you give us the definition of Superfast broadband?
This is a programme which is a partnership between the government and local authorities, and indeed residents and the public and the businesses in Essex as well. In fact, it's across the UK. The government created an organisation called Broadband UK, which it put money into, taxpayers' money, and it asked counties, it asked county councils to look after this programme across the county, to bid in for that money to improve broadband across the country, because it's critical for business, critical for residents, and critical for the United Kingdom to compete with the rest of the world. Essex took part in that. We did a lot of work, detailed work with residents and also businesses as well, to see where we needed that work to go into. Submitted our bid to government. We match funded with taxpayers' money, because this is all taxpayers' money. Governments and local government doesn't have money, it has the public's money. We match funded that in order to enable us to go and procure and contracted to deliver our programme. In this case it was BT, who in turn match funded the total amount that government and local government was putting in to deliver what we called phase one. This is split into two phases, phase one and phase two, and indeed phase two split into 2A and 2B. I'll explain that in just a second. Phase one was to get us to way over 80%, around 87% across the country, to get people up to 2 megabytes. With phase two, because some areas are slightly more difficult to get into than others, certainly around the rural areas, but we want to get those folk into Superfast as well, it will eventually take us to 95% across the country.
What is Essex County Council doing to help small businesses to deliver Superfast broadband?
Small businesses are critically important to Essex County Council. In fact, all businesses, all residents are important to Essex County Council, but particularly SMEs, because we pride ourselves in being a county which is an entrepreneurial county, one of the best entrepreneurial counties in the country, and SMEs form part of that. I run an SME myself, and therefore I understand the pressures on that. And one of the great things we can do to help the economy and help small businesses is having better broadband, Superfast broadband. We work very closely with business organisations such as the Federation of Small Businesses and others, work closely with our district council partners and their economic development officers, and of course I've toured the county talking to business groups about this as well, making sure they register, get involved to make sure that they are going to get Superfast broadband. And what is important for all of us is our business parks as well. 30 business parks were included in this. We've written a unique way of doing this, which I hope other counties are going to follow at some stage, if they haven't done so already, because those business parks are important. And in fact, the very first green box cabinet that I opened, was on a business park in Colchester. So we absolutely were determined to do that.
So what percentage of businesses will receive Superfast broadband?
The business population, of course, Essex is critically important to our economy, and our target right across the county is 95% coverage. Now, so far we've reached 35,000 business premises. That's not businesses, that's business premises. And the other equation to take into account here, of course, especially with SMEs, not all businesses operate in business premises, they operate from home as well, which is why the residential bit is also important. So that figure of 95% becomes critically important. And many people watching this will run a small business from their dining room, from their kitchen table, from their back bedroom, which are also very important to our economy. So our aim is to get to that 95%. We will get to that 95%. So far, 35,000 business premises, which puts us ahead of target.
So what further steps is Essex County Council doing to help businesses get Superfast broadband, particularly in the more rural areas?
The County Council is committed to helping all businesses and all residents, because everyone contributes to the economy while using the internet, and Superfast broadband is of course the way you access that. So we're committed to helping people, and we're doing it in 3 ways. The first is through our satellite subsidy scheme. People who may not be getting initially fibre can apply to that scheme by going on our website, looking at it, applying. We'll let you know whether you qualify. If you do, you'll get help in that area. Another way is through our Rural Challenge programme. We live in a beautiful county. It has lots of countryside, which is fantastic. There's no reason people who live in remote areas should be not eligible for this sort of work. So through our Rural Challenge, we are looking to put fibre, in many cases, directly to the home to make that work as well. And the third way we're doing it, because so many people are signing up to hook into Superfast broadband, we are getting money back from BT, known as a success dividend, currently running at £1.9 million. That's being directly reinvested into this scheme, directly for the benefit of all those taxpayers out there in Essex.
So, digital skills. What is Essex County Council doing to help small businesses?
This is a fast-growing industry, and it means different things to different people. Digital skills covers a whole variety of different things. Essex County Council's tapped into that very quickly. It's one of the fastest emerging sectors within the country, but certainly within Essex as well. And we're doing all we can to assist people, certainly with this. Now, we have an Essex Employability and Skills Board made up directly of businesses and also further educationists, higher educationists, and also secondary schools represented around that table, as well as local politicians as well. And that's offering grants as well to people who want to get into digital work, certainly the companies, to help provide that training. People need to apply for that money through the website, and they'll be able to get that money to help them should they qualify. We're very committed to this because digital skills will become one of the main planks of growth for the economy in Essex.
Can you give us some examples of digital skills?
Well, it covers a huge variety of areas. It can cover digital marketing, so a lot of PR companies, traditional PR companies, are now into digital marketing. It can cover all sorts of things in terms of technology when it comes to exhibitions, when it comes to creating websites, when it comes to SEO work. All of this, of course, involves the internet as well, so high speeds are very important around that. It covers a whole variety of areas that really is starting to emerge, and we're right on top of that of Essex County Council to help those companies and help those individuals.
How is Essex County Council helping small businesses understand Supefast broadband and learn more about it?
Well, one of the classic ways, of course, is this film we're making right now. That's a good way of getting it out to the public. Also, what's important is we are going around the county. I flog up and down at this county talking about Superfast Essex and Superfast broadband. The team does as well. You go to many of the major exhibitions like the Essex Food and Drink Festival, other festivals going on. You'll find our stand there as well, people talking to them. We're going to be running some workshops on digital skills in the new year as well, so people can find details of that by going on the website. And of course, generally going to the website as well. That's the first port of call, I would say. Of course, the question might say is, if I haven't got Superfast broadband, I can't see the website. So you can go to other places. There are libraries, of course. We run 74 libraries across the entire county. Go to those, go to where the computers are. They will be able to help you as well sort that out. But there's lots of information out there. We have our business pages. You'll see me quoted quite a lot on business pages across newspapers and magazines throughout this county. And of course, the work that organisations such as the FSB are doing are helping us out as well. So there's lots of ways people can get information. My view is people have to hear it 8 times before they hear it once. I think we're probably around about 6 times. We need to do a bit more, and we're keeping that going.
How is Essex County Council making the services available to the public?
Well, because our services are very much public services, and accessibility has to be in every way possible for residents of all abilities to be able to access those services. Now, of course, we also have to practice what we preach when it comes to the internet. So what we are doing is making sure as many services as possible are accessible through our main website, whether you're paying any money into the county council or you're applying for various things like we've mentioned already this interview, the satellite service or other grants you want to apply for. The information needs to be there. You need to be able to do that. Of course, we still have the ability for people to write in and phone in. That's also very important as well. We have to make ourselves accessible to absolutely everyone. That is critically important. And as we move on through time, of course, using the internet becomes a very, very integral part of that. And we are switching many more of our services to those digital services.
What advice could you give to businesses where they're saying that their broadband is having a negative effect on their business trading?
What is critically important is that if businesses don't know they have been connected or they are unsure whether they've been connected, they need to go to our website and find out. When they go onto the website, it'll tell them on the interactive section where places have been connected or not. If they haven't been connected on that site, then please fill in make the connection survey so we're aware of that very quickly. Or, of course, they can contact us via email as well, which is very important. So if businesses are concerned, and it is important, businesses do need to make sure they have this super fast ability, because that's how they're going to compete in the global market. We want them to do that. So if they're unsure, make contact. Go research it a bit first. It takes just a few minutes to do that. If you're still unsure, contact us via email.
So are businesses automatically connected?
No, they have to do that bit themselves, of course, by phoning up the provider to make that connection. What we're doing by putting the infrastructure is like building a road, okay? It's important that people then do the connections themselves to buy into that service. So they need to check, first of all, whether they have that road, which is the infrastructure, which is the connection in the first place, to get them on there. And if they are, they need to contact their provider. If they think they're not or they're not sure, they make contact with us and we can tell them.
Kevin, I'd like to thank you for your time. It's been fascinating to have an interview with you and understand more about Superfast Essex, Superfast broadband, and how it's helping our businesses throughout the region get connected.
You're very welcome.